Back in episode 5, I demonstrated how to stabilize video using the motion lock effect. In this tutorial, I want to show you an alternative method. It uses double point motion tracking and involves a bit more work than using the motion lock effect, but it's a good exercise nonetheless. I'll be using the same video event I used in episode 7, a shot of the sycamore tree at Sycamore Gap, situated at Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland. So I've created a composite shot and loaded it with the video event. If I play the timeline, you'll see that there's a fair amount of camera drift. I want to eliminate that drift and make the shot rock steady. First, I need to scrub the timeline to find two distinctive areas where I can place the trackers. These areas need to be visible throughout the event's length. The two areas need to be as far apart as possible to ensure that stabilisation is solid. I'm going to pick parts of the wall at either side of the viewer. These have distinctive shapes, so the trackers shouldn't have trouble maintaining the track. I now need to add a tracker. When I add the tracker, the track panel opens up. Because I want to track 2 points, I'll select double points from the Type drop-down list. This will place 2 tracking points on the Layer panel and 2 entries under the Tracker entry. With the playhead at the start of the timeline, I can now position the tracking points at the appropriate parts of the wall. For an explanation of the tracking points, please refer to episode 10. I can now initiate tracking. In the Step 2 section of the track panel, I'll click the Purpose drop-down list and select Stabilise. The X and Y position checkboxes are selected by default, but because I want to take account of any camera rotation, I'll check the Rotation box. I can now click the Apply button. Now I have to go to the Viewer panel. Yes, it looks a bit odd, but that's because the video has locked onto one of the tracking points. Now, because the video is steady, as I scrub the timeline, the original frame moves around, creating animated black borders. To eliminate these, the video needs scaling. Before doing this, I need to establish how much scaling is needed. Too much and more of the video frame will be removed than is necessary. Too little and parts of the black border will still be visible. To determine the scaling, I'll scrub the timeline and note where the maximum border is. The next procedure is a bit of trial and error. You have to adjust the scale parameter and the position parameter to reach a compromise that will ensure the border doesn't show anywhere on the timeline. Note that it's important you don't touch either the anchor point or rotation parameters. Doing so may interfere with the motion tracking data. I'll now play the stabilised event. After viewing, you may need to tweak either the scale or position parameters to get the final result. Having tested this method against the motion lock effect method, it's my opinion that this method gives a slightly more stable result. However, it does involve more work, and you may decide that the ease of the motion lock method outweighs the slight difference in the result. Only you can make that decision. As always, thanks for watching. Until the next time, bye for now.